Good evening. We are live. Good evening, Facebook friends and family. I appreciate you joining in. I got a special guest right beside me. I'll introduce her in a minute. It's in honor of Women's History Month. Thank you for coming along in the lab and being interviewed with them. I hope everyone brought their pen and the pad. Are you excited?
Thank you for having me. I am. Thank you for having me.
It's your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker, filling you in today with a moment of inspiration. I see Kevin's on. Thank you for joining in. I see Shayla's on. Thank you for joining in. A couple of you may know the rules, some of you may not, so I'll explain them, okay? Do understand that this is interactive. We'll see if we get some questions, we'll answer them as best we can. Do understand by the time you post something and the time we see it, it's probably a 5 to 10 second delay. So we may be on to another topic or something by the time we see your question or your answer or whatever you say or whatever have you. I always get tongue-tied at least once or twice,
I'm sure.
But we keep moving forward. We keep marching forth, all right? I need to know what the energy levels are. I need to know what the energy levels are like. So if you had a good day today, I need you to put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the comment section if you had a good day today. And if you had, I don't believe in bad days. You know, I believe in character building days. And if you had a character building day, I need you to put a 2 in the comment section. A character building day is the type of day where people do categorize them as a bad day, but you can learn from them. You can always get better from them. They're there for a reason, because if you didn't have a character building day, you wouldn't have an outstanding day. We'll talk about that in a minute. I see Vina's on. Thank you for joining in. Vina had a good day today. I need you to put a 2. Looks like a peace sign in the comment section if you had a character building day. Put a 2 in the comment section if you had a character building day. And if you had such a wonderful, outstanding, stupendous, marvelous day, I need you to put a 0 in that chumpy. I need you to put a 0 in the comment section if you had a wonderful day. I see a couple wonderful days out there. It's kind of like this is a bubble, and you're right there in the middle of the bubble, and nothing can penetrate that bubble. It's the kind of day that we all strive for. We don't always get, but that's the reason, because we have character building days, that we appreciate the outstanding days that much more better. I'm going to put a 1 at the end of this live. What are you going to put, Julia?
I'm going to say it was a 1.
A 1? She had a 1 day. Good. Thank you for joining in. Like I said, it's Coach Clee coming at you. If a lot of names sometimes do not show up, I do want to acknowledge you. So if you're on, thank you, Linda, for joining in. If you're on and I do not see you or acknowledge you, please put your name in the comments section and where you're from. Just give a quick shout out, all right? I appreciate that. Thank you. Remember to check out my website before at the end of this live. I think it's posted above or below. I don't know where it says. Workwithclee.com. Just check it out. There's a couple good products on there. We got No Shade All Lights on there. We got March 4th on there. I don't want to talk about it too much. Starks on there. Coach Clee Apparel. We got a bunch of stuff, a bunch of fun stuffs on there. Check it out when you get the chance. I want to give a couple shout outs real quick. You know, we're on here for Women's History Month, and I want to give a couple shout outs, some past guests that were on the show and some people who still have some positive things going on. I want to shout out Darryl Williams, Big D. He was on here. He's Faulkner Nissan in Mechanicsburg. If you need a car, if you have any questions about that, please reach out to him. He reacquired. He wanted to ask how everyone was doing. He was on the show back around, I want to say Thanksgiving he was on. Please check him out. Tasha Nicole Fry, who was a lot of fun, has always got something positive and motivational to say. Check her out also. Dreams Deferred, and a lot of the things that she had her own hair thing going on. I don't want to mess it up too much. Check her out also. And I'm going to give one more shout out to Takia Colston Crow, who is her first time ever producing the High School Musical Hello Dolly. It will be premiering this week. Is it this week? Yeah, this week from March 15th to March 17th at Susquehanna Township High School. So make sure you catch a show. She's very excited about it. I'm very excited for something positive for the community. Come out and check the show. All right. Right now, like I said, I got Mother. She's sitting right here. She's a poet. She's an author of a children's book, and she can introduce herself better than I can. I have Julia Mallory right now. I would ask for a bunch of applause, but give me some likes. Give me some, wait till you see the hearts come through. They look real cute. Give her some hearts, give her some likes. She's on the show. She's going to enlighten us with some positive news and information. Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a Harrisburg native, born and raised in the city of Harrisburg.
Okay.
Went to all, Harrisburg city schools, graduated from John Harris. So basically been living in Harrisburg my whole life. I've had several different careers. Currently, my favorite thing to do is I have a business called Black Mermaids.
Okay.
Where I sell basically an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that.
Right. So I write books and I also sell them on my website. I also work for a Black woman-owned marketing and media firm called Perry Media Group. Mm-hmm. So I divide my labor between those two enterprises.
Okay, nice. And I'm pretty sure that keeps you busy, doesn't it?
Keeps me super busy. Keeps me focused. Keeps me walking in my purpose.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that. When you find your purpose, doesn't that make work just seem that much more playful?
It depends. I think it makes it seem there definitely are some good moments, mm-hmm. right? And now writing children's book, that definitely feels like play. Mm-hmm. It definitely feels like the best parts about being alive, to be quite honest.
I get it. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when you're walking in your purpose, even a bad day is a good day because you know it gets you just that much closer to what you're put here to do. Exactly.
Latasha Williams is on. She gives you a bunch of hugs and kisses. Thank you for joining in, Tasha.
Tasha.
Have you had the opportunity to try some of your water right here?
Okay, I'm doing the Stark water test, y'all.
That's good too. Look at it. Let's see.
Well, it has no taste, which is perfect. I don't want my water to have a taste. So, hey, it works.
Stark Alkaline Water. Check it out. That's on the website also. But getting back to Women's History Month, and we were talking about that. I'm having all this month, I'm interviewing women who've done something or doing something very positive in the community or what have you. What does Women's History Month mean to you? Or is there any woman in particular that gives you any kind of inspiration?
I think Women's History Month is another opportunity to really acknowledge and center the accomplishments of women. And so for me, I like to think I live it out, every month and acknowledging, all of the women that have come before me, whether family or whether, women that have made a difference for people all across the world. So when I think, for me, for example, in my own family, I definitely have women that have been very supportive and have raised me and have supported the work that I do. So my own mom, she's always had my back. She's always, just always been a very consistent presence in my life. Historically, I think of women like Ida B. Wells, who was basically, at a time when it was probably the most dangerous. She went all across this country, talking about or speaking out against lynching. And so if you read some of her speeches and just, learn about her activism, just how brave she was, just how bold she was, at a time when women, period, and especially not, Black women in a place where people were being lynched, were being able to just, be crusaders. So I think about women like that locally. There are so many women. There are so many young women in this city that are doing amazing things.
Daily,
oh my goodness. There's so many folks. I feel like I hate to start naming folks because I don't want to. I could be here all day.
I know you were saying off camera how you were scared. Well, maybe not scared, but you don't want to name because you don't want to. You'll be here all day, or you do not want to skip someone. I get it.
But there's so many women that I'm constantly in communication with, whether on social media or in person, that are doing incredible things and are just out here working.
Yes.
Walking in their purpose and doing the necessary work. And so I'm proud to be of this community and be a part of that. Gotcha.
Thank you. Are there any events or accomplishments that you may have been involved in the past or anything that you have coming up in the future?
So one of the things as an author, especially a children's book author, one of the things I'm constantly doing is author appearances. And so I've been doing quite a bit of those with my children's book, Breathe.
That's this book right here, correct?
Yes. I don't know if you can see it in the...
I know there's a glare
little
right there.
Glare. But Breathe is a book about a little boy that meditates with his dad. It came out in October of this past year, and already to date, just through appearances alone, I've shared that book with thousands of kids.
Nice.
And so
that's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a huge. I love it. So I'm coming off of the heels of having back-to-back appearances. I'm looking forward to booking more this coming spring. I'm also going to be a part of an event in Harrisburg called the Boss Babes Brunch.
Okay.
This is the second one. The first one was held in April 2017. That is being organized by a woman named Jillian Sumter. And basically it's about I hate even using that expression, empowering women, because a lot of women just need us. They don't necessarily need us to put them in power. They just need us to get out of their way, right? But it's basically about showing up, being present, giving women a platform to speak to the difficult things in their lives, but how they overcame that. Okay. I'm going to be one of the panelists. It also, the funds go to a really good cause.
Oh, yeah. What's the cause? The
cause is we're giving, the proceeds go to giving young women from our community a scholarship.
Okay.
So
helping others.
All the proceeds go back into the community. And so it's also a multi-generational event, which I love. I like because that too, I think that we just have to be more present with young people. We have to be the example, and give them an opportunity to just engage. And I don't think that it's one-sided. So I think we learn from young people just as much. Even on our panel, I think we have kind of 3 different age groups represented.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. Women, 3 different 4. I'm sorry, I'm the fourth panelist, but women that are making a difference in this world and in this community, but in their own unique way.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And
that's, I'm sorry, I guess I didn't mention the date, but that's going to be April 13th.
April 13th?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And we'll make sure, we'll cover that a little later with the contact information and all that. We'll make sure that gets added in with this live also. Thank you, Maddie, for joining in. Is there any particular, I'm sorry, tongue-tied again. Any particular inspiration that you have, whether it's a person or anything? What inspires you is my question.
Oh, my goodness. What inspires me? I think, as of late, the thing that most moves me is... some people probably watching this video may know that in May of 2018, I tragically lost my oldest son, Julian, to gun violence. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And so I've just been trying to remain positive and trying to, try to live a life that would make my son proud. And to really just be open to opportunity and to make sure that, because I think about his young life and all the unfulfilled potential. And so I realize how fleeting life can be. And so I just want to make sure that I don't stop living. And so that's what inspires me, the memory of my son. And I think the need to shine light in sometimes this very dark world. So
I understand. Yes.
Yeah.
I know. Tragedy is tragedy, and I know kind of the spin master of that. When something tragic happens, it's a lot. I won't say you get over it, but it helps you to give out more positivity, and you the law of attraction will work. You get more positive effects happening to you. So I'm not trying to say it's a sugarcoat method, but I do understand that in tragic situations, if you find a positive message or find an inspiration, it does help get through things or just find a purpose. So
it definitely makes it a lot more bearable. I think, because it's already difficult enough, and if there were nothing, to work towards or nothing to continue to try and find value in, it would definitely make life a lot harder.
Yeah, I
absolutely
get it. Yes. Are there any goals that you had set in the past that you've accomplished, or are there any goals that you set now that you're still striving towards?
Yeah, so I think for me, to be quite honest, all I ever set out to do was just publish one collection of poetry, and that was in November 2016.
Okay.
And so that was really all I ever set out to do. And then it just became its own movement. And so I just made sure to respond to those opportunities. And then I started okay, so what makes a successful writer? And so I started doing some research, and it was 93% of all books, don't sell more than 1,000 copies. And so I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I can at least sell 1,000 copies. And so sometimes I like to have those little tangible goals, to work towards. And I'm just responding to what I call divine download. So if I get the message,
I like that.
I try to make sure that I follow up with the work. And so my goals, sometimes they change. Sometimes they change because sometimes I have in my mind like, hey, I want to do a particular thing. And then something comes along and it seems so much more urgent and so much more necessary. And so then I'll respond to that. Right now, my current goals, I just finished another children's book.
Okay.
So
congratulations.
Thank you. So that's, the illustrator and I are in communication. And then I'm also working on another book, a collection of poetry and essays.
Okay.
So the goal is definitely to have the children's book out before the end of the year, and then the collection of poetry and essays as well. So
Gotcha.
to release 2 books this year is definitely a goal of mine.
Nice. I know, and you're a pretty busy woman right there too.
Yeah.
Just doing all that. Thank you, Delon, for joining in. Thank you, Sai, for joining in. I appreciate it. Is there anything else that we may have missed that you would like to cover?
Let me see. What else is there to cover? No, I'm just happy to thank you for interviewing me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I feel very privileged to be able to do this work, especially when I'm out in the community and I'm sharing my book with young people, and just talking to them about, the different opportunities. Last week, or about 2 weeks ago, I wrapped up. I had been teaching an 8-week creative writing class at the Camp Curtin YMCA. And so that was really inspirational as well. I learned a lot from the children or the teenagers.
What age groups were that? Okay.
I had 6th to 10th graders in that class. And so, we worked with some mechanics of poetry, because poetry is my first love. So I tell everybody, poetry as a creative, poetry is my first love, but writing children's books is the love that I didn't know that I needed. And my brand, Black Mermaids, is where all that love manifests. So I've been a poet for at least like 20 years at this point. But with the kids, working with them, trying to teach them, basics like what's a haiku, how to respond to poetry, how to read it, how to interpret it, how to take their feelings and just put them into a constructive way on the paper. So
that's interesting. I never thought about that. That's pretty in depth. I like that.
Thank you.
Is there any contact information that you would like to leave with us? Like if someone wanted to reach out right now and buy your book or any other products that you have, how would they get a hold of that information?
The best way to get a hold of me is to go to my website, blackmermaids.com. I also have a Black Mermaids Facebook page.
Okay.
I think it's Black Mermaids. The book is the Facebook link. My Instagram is the Julia Mallory, and so in my Twitter you can follow me the same. And if anybody wants to contact me personally or email me, my email address is julia@blackmermaids.com.
Okay, and we'll make sure that information gets in the content or the live content information above. It'll be above. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Julia Mallory, ladies and gentlemen, give her some more thumbs up. Give her some hearts. She did a tremendous job. Feel free, if you think of something else, the floor is yours. The platform is yours. Please enlighten us with anything that may jog your memory. All right? Be sure, please, tag, like, and share this. You never know who this information can help. You never know whoever may need to hear it. It could be an inspiration for someone else also. Be sure to check out my YouTube page, Coach Clee. Just like this Facebook page is Coach Clee, the YouTube page is Coach Clee. Be sure to check that out, all right? Thank you. And like I always say, I put on. A lot of people may believe me, may not, but I really do enjoy doing these interviews. And I really do enjoy being a platform for other people to push them forward. And I keep saying I put on. So if you have a positive message, if you are starting your own business, or if you're already in a business, or if you have a product that you developed or that you're selling, or just anything positive, anything that you're doing, and you just want to get it out there, please contact me. My information, inbox me, contact me somehow. We'll schedule you on the show. We can get you on here. You can say your piece. You can have your moment and get it out there, and we'll tag, like, and share that also. Like I say, I put on. It's a lot of fun doing these interviews.
Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Make sure I'm losing through my notes. Special guest for next week, Jason Brown just joined in. He's one of the co-authors from No Shade All Light. Thank you for joining in so late. I appreciate it. Special guest, stay tuned. Just a little bit, but don't let him though. Tune in next week. I do have a special guest. You want to know who the special guest is?
Yes, who's the special guest?
You got to stay tuned and see.
Oh, okay. I don't get like a preview since I'm on the show.
Wow, that's a good question.
I had no privilege of being... Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
What are the benefits?
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you one small hint, all right?
Okay.
It's a female.
That was so helpful. Thank you.
I know. That wasn't helpful at all. You got to tune in next week.
Okay, I'll be
She'll be in the lab with the pen and the pad, and we'll have another exciting interview. Thank you for coming on the show. This is my gift to you. This is Coach Clee Car Magnet, and she gets a little bit of information about some Stark energy drinks. She'll check it out. If she likes it, she likes it. If not, that's fine. But thank you, seriously. High five. And we're gonna end with the money. I had to explain what the money dance was.
I still
and she
don't
still
know
doesn't
if I'm
understand.
doing this or not.
So we gotta go like this, 2 fingers, like a peace sign, like a character building, and just shake them. We're doing a money dance. It's real simple. It's real easy. You got smile, not be so stiff. We're out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining in. It's Coach Clee, your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker with special guest Julia Mallory. Check us out next week, or check me out next week. Check our website out. It will be listed at the beginning of this live or right above. Tongue twisted all over again. Have a good night. Peace.